So this fight here has its own history. These two met for the first time at CGC 1, and it was an absolutely fantastic fight. Very, very difficult to call, Brad. You know, from a judge's perspective, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I watched this fight a few days ago and really couldn't make my mind up. I don't think either man could have been too disappointed with the loss, but it was Leonidou who got the victory. So interesting to see the away fighter getting the immediate rematch in that situation. Fair play from the promoter and both teams, you know, agreeing to run it back.
Campbell taking the action straight to Leonidou.
You know, I think if there is any criticism of Campbell from that first fight, is he got the takedowns but didn't do enough with them. If he'd been able to do a bit more damage, he may have just swayed the judges slightly in his favour. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a slightly different, more aggressive game plan from him this time.
Well, Leonidou tying up the arms. Shane trying to work.
Yeah, both these guys, you know, novice pros, but big amateur records as well. Shane Campbell 3-4 as an amateur, and I found at least 9 amateur fights on Konstantinos' record. So both very active as amateurs.
But that's the beauty of the sport as it's grown over the years. It's taken many different directions and given amateurs a platform with which to grow their ability before stepping into the pro ranks. Short shot from Leonidou. Takes it to canvas, takes the back of Campbell.
And it looked like Campbell was going for the sacrifice throw there, but he's given up his back, and this is a bad spot.
Leonidou close guard on the back. Campbell trying to turn his body in towards Leonidou. Leonidou looking for the body triangle. Hasn't got it completely locked in, trying to free that arm. Campbell keeping hold of the wrist.
If you can get that a little bit tighter, he's going to be able to control the position and affect the breathing of Shane Campbell as well. But this is a good spot for Leonidou early in this first round. 3 minutes left to play with, and you've got your opponent's back.
Yeah, Campbell tying up those arms. Not allowing Leonidou any room to free an arm, to tackle a position. And you can see Shane Campbell looking over to his corner there. Brad Pickett listening to the advice as Leonidou looks to get the arm under the chin. The rear naked choke looks to be sinking on. Campbell needs to peel the arm away if he wants to survive. Leonidou working hard, he's pulling tight, trying to get that forearm under the chin.
I think it's just on the jaw at the moment. You know, we have seen guys tap from almost like a mandible crunch, and he's trying to just work it under the jaw to get that rear naked choke locked off. He's just going to go for the squeeze here. Good defense though by Campbell, using the 2 hands to fight one.
Turning the chin in as well. Not allowing Leonidou the space he needs to get underneath. Leonidou changed tacks, fires. Good work from Campbell. He escapes. Beautiful work.
Now Campbell's got work to do here to get back into this round. He's going to do some damage, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. Dropping punches and elbows.
Big elbows, big right elbows. He needs to be careful. Leonidou bringing the legs up high, looking for the arm or the triangle. Passes guard, beautiful work, side mount position now for Campbell.
He was looking to pin the arm there.
The crucifix, didn't quite get it.
Super Shane Campbell, top position now with a minute left to do some damage.
He was going to step through for the armbar there, but didn't want it, chose to stay in the side mount position. Needs to be careful, Leonidou, who uses the cage to walk. Hammer, fists and elbows, takes guard again. Campbell will look to pass. Good work. Escapes from the guard again, moves to side mount position. Big elbow again from Campbell. Leonidou covers up. Campbell fires.
20 seconds to finish this fight. Knee to the body there from Campbell. He's going to be very careful there with his knee on the way up.
Campbell trying to get this done. Wow. What a round.
Nice short elbow and an uppercut there from Campbell on the break. And he's going after Leonidou here.
Beautiful uppercut up the middle. A knee from Leonidou. Wow, what a first round.
Look, we said if there was one criticism of that first fight is that, you know, that it was very back and forth, but the referee had to call for action a lot. No need to call for action in the first round here, Rob.
That literally had everything, Brad. Elbows, kicks, knees, submission attempts, submission escapes. Wow.
We see Brad Pickett in the corner. Campbell, of course, fighting under Pickett out of GB top team. Mike Akindeo in the corner as well, a very well-versed professional competitor on the European circuit himself. He's fought in Cage Warriors and Bellator, so you know that's as good the corner team as you're going to get here, I think, in Cyprus for Shane Campbell. They're going to have some great advice for him. Pickett, of course, has done it all over the years.
Creating a great stable of fighters at the GB top team. And one of those being Super Shane Campbell. So round two, will he continue with that vicious pace?
Well, I think we can say from both of these guys what they showed in the first round, neither wants to leave it in the hands of the judges again.
Oh,
nice
Leonidou catches Campbell, but Campbell back to his feet quickly. Leonidou again throwing, Campbell sticks the tongue out.
Nice double jab. And the defense has gone out of the window here. They are shooting from the hip. I mean, I'm not complaining, but it might not be the best strategy long term.
Well, these guys know how close it was in their last one. One of them wants to finish it. Wow, beautiful shots from Leonidou. Campbell shoots, looks for the takedown, doesn't get it. Great sprawl, and you can hear the crowd going crazy.
Yeah, the Cypriot fighters looking for their first win here tonight, and if Konstantinos Leonidou can get it.
Nice work by Campbell, didn't quite get what he wanted. Tried to reverse into the submission. Instead, Leonidou, top position, half guard, but Campbell scrambles, rolls, takes top position himself.
Our poor judges are going to have to pick this one out yet again.
Wow.
We may need to give these guys the third fight on the Valetudo rules. No rounds, no time limits. Last man standing. Campbell looking to step through here in the half guard now.
Both arms tied up. Leonidou looking to get the sweep, doesn't quite get it. If he finds the range, you can expect him to start dropping those big elbows again. Leonidou knows that, keeping that left arm tied up. Inside the guard now. Leonidou locking the door.
He's cut under the eye, is Konstantinos Leonidou. Doesn't look to be anything that's going to trouble him too much, but you can already see him just trying to switch those hips and maybe walk the legs up a little bit. But he's taking shots from Super Shane Campbell here.
Yeah, you can see the blood. Just looks to be under the eye, I believe. Campbell inside the guard.
Doesn't look like it's going to trouble him too much here, but it's going to be a nice big red target for Shane Campbell to aim those elbows at if he can get through the guard here.
Beautiful. Leonidou working those legs, defending well.
And he's definitely answering any criticisms from that first fight about being active on top. He's doing damage here. Not giving the referee anything to do in terms of hurrying this one along. And it seems like Leonidou just content to kind of hold on here and, you know, maybe try and force the stand up at least. You know, you'd be looking for him to maybe try and get the butterfly hooks in to try and sweep his man. We have seen him attack submissions from the back though. But with just over a minute left to play within this round, he's certainly down on the scorecards, you would think. Of course, he had that rear naked choke attempt for some time in the first round, but is that going to outweigh the damage that Shane Campbell did with his ground and pound in the final minute or so?
Well, it seems to be like Leonidou who's actually slowing the fight down, trying to control the pace. You can see he's got that locked guard closed. His thighs are on the hips of Shane, just keeping him at a distance. As you can see, every time Shane comes forward, he's just stretching him back. Leonidou, for me, is not really fighting aggressively at the moment. He's fighting defensively, taking a breather. And to be fair, both these guys were explosive for 7 to 8 minutes.
It looks like this is how the second round is going to play out. Final few seconds. Campbell with a couple more short shots there. And that was a big round for Shane Campbell. You know, both guys landed some good shots on the feet. I'm sure we'll be able to see some replays of that later on.
Yeah, the beginning of that round was absolutely crazy. As you said, firing from the hip.
Campbell dropped briefly as well at the beginning of that round. So, you know, maybe a little closer than we're thinking here in the commentary booth. But look, we've got 5 more minutes, and the way these guys have come out in the first 2 rounds, it may not even go the distance. Cutman just working on Konstantinos Leonidou there in the corner. Certainly not going to be the kind of injury that troubles the fight. Leonidou on his stool a little bit longer than Shane Campbell. Read into that what you will.
So here we go. The second time these two have been into the 3rd round together.
Campbell reaching out with that left hand early.
Lands a right, then the left. Keeping those hands up high this time.
Yeah, I imagine both coaches had something to say about the level of the hands. It was a nice right from Campbell there. Leonidou firing back, but the Englishman getting the better of that exchange.
Cage pressure now. Good reversal, easy reversal for Leonidou. Campbell does the same. Nice foot stomp from Leonidou. Something that's quite often underrated, but very effective.
I mean, you know, not only does it really hurt, it can be a great distraction to just find your way out of this clinch situation, or maybe drop and change levels. But Campbell just doing a good job of muscling this man up against the hedge. Good head position there.
That's right, just popping it under the chin, allowing him to gain a bit more control. But our referee's looking on closely. He'll want to see action, movement.
Yeah, we don't want to see Konstantinos fall into that pattern of just accepting these positions and trying to wait for the referee to separate them. Of course, the referee will do that if he feels there's not enough action, but it really should be on Leonidou to be trying to fight his way out here.
Campbell just putting the pressure on. Gets a takedown.
Nice takedown from Super Shane Campbell there. Looked like Leonidou was maybe trying for the Kimura there. Possibly just to sweep his man off, but didn't get it.
Yeah, Campbell with a fairly solid base. We need to be careful not to bring his knees together. Leonidou will turn him. Post up too high. Leonidou again just tying up that right arm, looking to control the wrist of the left.
Yeah, this must be really frustrating for the Cypriot fighter, because this is where he found himself for extended periods in their first fight, just not able to get anything going from underneath. Campbell very, very strong on top, and he's been more active on top this time round than he was at CGC 1.
Still that head pushing under the chin, controlling position. Good work, moves to side mount. See the pressure there from Campbell. Looks to slide over to mount possibly, doesn't quite get it. Going for a knee ride.
And with just over a minute left to play within the round and the fight, Konstantinos Leonidou is going to need something very special here as Campbell steps over into full mount. He's got his leg caught still. There we go. And can Campbell get a big finish here? Is he going to posture up and look for the ground and pound? He is.
Fires away.
You hear the corner calling for elbows.
None of those shots landed too cleanly.
Trying to come out the back door is Leonidou.
And he's going. Campbell needs to be careful. Get those knees into the armpits.
Oh, carving elbows there from Shane Campbell. You hear the corner calling
big
for it to
shots.
keep going. They want the finish here.
Big elbows. One after the other. 10 seconds left. Campbell, hammer fists, fires away.
Huge shots from Shane Campbell.
Fires to the bell. Beautiful work.
Well, I think Leonidou was maybe a second or two away there from the referee stopping the fight.
Yeah, another 5 seconds, and we may have seen a stoppage.
And that's the kind of activity you want to see in that dominant top position. That's probably what cost him the victory last time. It's certainly what's going to get him the victory in this occasion.
It was good work by Campbell. He was very patient in the way that he worked towards the mount position before dropping those elbows. Didn't allow Leonidou to take the back door. Kept great control.
And yeah, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, Rob, but as I see now, that's one win apiece. So, you know, maybe we see a rubber match somewhere down the line with these guys. And, you know, certainly based on the action that we saw in this contest, I'll be all for it.
Oh, without a doubt, the first round and a half of this fight was absolutely explosive. Both of them having incredible moments. And they often say the sequels are never better. I'd argue that with this fight.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 and Shane Campbell versus Konstantinos Leonidou. Beautiful work.
Well, all that remains is for our MC in the cage, Mr. Ricky Wright, to give us the official judge's decision. As we expected, Rob, a unanimous decision there for Shane Campbell, 30-27, 2 30-26s as well. A very convincing scorecard decision there in favour of the man from GB Top Team.